Hello, we're going to make a video, and in this video, well, let me log in with my user ID. We're going to make a video, and this video will demonstrate a magic, well, it's not really magic, but a directory that is kind of cool, and we're going to use when we install some applications. Okay, first thing we're going to do is log in here. Okay, and we'll open a terminal. I'm going to hold down the Control Shift and hit the plus key a couple of times to make this bigger. So it's maybe that's a little too big. To make it easier to read. There we go. I think that's pretty good, and we'll just stretch this out. Okay, so that should be a little bit easier to read for you. I'll type ls, and as I said, this is just a regular ID. It's not a pseudo ID. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make, or actually what we're going to do is we're going to echo $path. And this shows the directories that the operating system or the ID will look for executables in. So if you want to run a program and you type a program name, it'll search through all these directories to see if the program's in there. So for example, if I want to run a program called hi.sh, it will search through all those programs or all those directories and say, I can't find something called hi.sh. Now, if there's a directory under Ubuntu 18.04 that's kind of interesting, and we'll take a look at. If I do a change directory into .local, before I do that, let me do this. If I type ls space -la, this will show the directories. Now because I used an A with that ls command, you'll see that it's showing the the directories that begin with a dot. If I just did ls space -l, you don't see those directories with a dot. But if I do use the LA, you do see the dot directories. So we're going to change into a directory called .local, and we'll do an ls, and you see it has a directory by the name of share that comes by default. We want to make a new directory. Now you want to do that change directory into .local, and then type mkdir bin. Okay, and this will become a little bit cooler in a minute. So now we're going to do a change directory into bin. And if I do a pwd for present working directory, that shows you where I'm at. So I did a change directory into .local. I made a directory called bin, and that means it's going to hold binaries or executables. And so there we are. So now we're going to type. Now this one's a little bit more complicated, but we're going to type echo space double quote echo space / double quote hello space there. Oh no, we'll type world. Hello world / double quote space, and then a greater than sign. It's also called a redirect sign. We're redirecting the output from that echo command into a file called hi.sh, and then we'll hit enter. Okay, and now if we type ls, we should see a file called hi.sh. If we type cat, this will show the contents of hi.sh. We see there's a command that says echo hello world with double quotes around hello world. If you don't see that, just retype that command echo up above. Just retype this command and hit enter again, and it should create that file. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to make that an executable. So if I type ls-l, you'll see that the file hi.sh is read-write for user, read for the user's group, and read for everybody else. So it's not executable. So we're going to type chmod or change mode, and then we'll do 770 hi.sh. Enter. This is going to make the file executable. So now if I do an ls-l, you'll see the file is green, and it's read-write executable, read-write executable, read-write executable for user, read-write executable for the user's group, and for everybody else they can't run it, but we don't care about everybody else at the moment. So now to run this program, do a present working directory, and it shows that I'm in this .local/bin directory. So if I type ./hi.sh, it prints out hello world. Now if I do a change directory, and I will type pwd, I'm in my home directory. If I type hi.sh, it can't find it. And the reason it can't find that program, if you remember, if I take a look at the path variable, that .local file is not in the path. So what we're going to do is reboot the machine, and that .local/bin will be automatically inserted into the path like magic. So let's exit out of our shell prompt. We're going to come up and we're going to actually, I think I can just log out and log back in. So we're not going to reboot the machine. I'm going to log out of that ID. I'm going to log back in. I'm going to open a terminal. I'm going to echo $path. Now, like magic, it picked up that .local/bin and put it in the executable path. And now, you'll notice I'm in my home directory. If I type hi.sh, it automatically executes that program. Okay? So that demonstrates that if you have that bin directory and you need to log out and log back in, you'll be able to put executables in there, and you won't have to change around to different directories to run these executables. So I'm just going to clean that up because I really don't want the hi.sh. So I'm doing a change directory to .local/bin, and I'm going to remove hi.sh. Okay, and then I can exit out. And that's all there is for this demonstration. I hope this was enjoyable, and hope you learned something. Okay, thanks a lot.